I don't know, is it the first time you play in Budapest at Sziget?
Yes, and we did the tourist thing yesterday. We had a fantastic time. Went to the Castle Budapest, the Dungeon Labyrinth. You know, we did that whole thing. Where
You've seen more than me.
really, you never been down there? It was. You know, it's a tourist kind of thing, but they give you lanterns and you do the whole thing. Yeah, we proud of us. We got out there, and it was Zach, our bass player, Claudio, singer, guitar player, and our tour manager Chuck. Nice. We went out and did the tourist thing, and we made our way around the city. A beautiful city.
I can tell you something because I saw a lot of bands playing at Sziget from the first day. The crowd is amazing and it's really crowded. The festival is about 500,000 people with one act. So did you play such great acts now? Such big acts? Which was the biggest?
Which one's the biggest that we?
Did you just played?
What's the biggest?
In front of how many people? What's the
That's a tough one, man. I mean, we've done a lot of shows. We just got done doing a tour of America with Mastodon and Every Time I Die, and we played a lot of big shows with them. You know, in America, I'd say, you know, your average of 7,000 in certain cities for our own shows. All of us together, we were doing, you know, and but we've done festivals where I think one of the biggest festivals we ever did was Bogota in Colombia, and we did that 10 years ago. But that's one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen from stage. But I don't want to be misquoted on that. We might have played bigger. We did Rock in Rio, and
that's even bigger, I think. Eh?
Yeah, no, that was massive. So that might have been the biggest. And
what do you prefer personally? The smaller venues to prefer for your music, for the Coheed Cambria music? Is it better to have a smaller venue or a big festival for the sound of Coheed Cambria?
We've done big festivals where the sound, we were able to hone in and have the sound right. Because outdoors can be really tough for doing shows, you know, a lot of stuff bouncing back. Sonically, it can be a very confusing thing. But we've done festivals in front of big crowds where we also, or outdoor shows where we had the sound right, and those are fantastic. But there's nothing, you know, that beats doing like a really intimate club show where you can feel the energy of everybody and everybody can interact, jump off stage, do the thing safely. So, I mean, that kind of shows, they're very different, you know, but that kind of show will always be close to our heart because that's what we grew up doing, a lot, you know, punk shows, you know, hardcore shows, all that kind of stuff. Like,
We will be within the crowd tonight. Which is the best thing the crowd can do to make you happy? To sing along, to just move the head, to do a circle pit? What is the best thing the crowd can do?
sing along, jump around, you know, yeah, dance. I mean, honestly, we are a band that feeds on the energy from the crowd. So as long as they're doing something and not just staring at us like, which is fine. People want to pay attention to you know, an act. I understand that, but we very much enjoy having people be involved and interact and get a little fucking nutty. We're in like the strongest point of our band right now, personally, musically. So you could hope that that doesn't end. You know, we're gonna get older and older, but right now we're all in pretty good shape, and we like jumping around like idiots. And so hey, let's keep doing it.
I was at the video shop some weeks ago, and I never watched a film in the Star Wars universe. And I wanted to go with the seventh film, and they told me no, you can't go with the seventh film first. You have to watch the first episode, and then. What would you tell people buying only the third album of Coheed Cambria, or buying the third album first? Is it okay?
I think that I never, you know, people that stick to it, that even like with Star Wars and stuff. I mean, to me that's bullshit. You can start with any one of the films. If you like it, then you're going to dig into the rest of it. The same goes for our records. And, you know, like if you're diving in and you're interested in the concept, then that's awesome. But if you dive in and you're just interested in the music, I find that most people that dive in and they get really into our music, well, yeah, they're going to want to know what's going on with the concept, and hopefully they get full into it. But we have a lot of fans that just love the music, and, you know, they're when it comes to the concept, they don't really know much about that. So you can be either one, and you can listen to any fucking record you please, and as long as you liked it, we're happy, you know. And even if you hated it, at least you listened to something.
Theme. What's better, Star Wars or Star Trek for you personally?
I mean, I was always a Star Wars person, and I will always be. Star Wars was the, you know, what I loved, you know, growing up. You know, honestly, Star Trek would be on. My father would watch Star Trek, etc., and you know, it would be on, and I found it kind of boring when I was a child. But then I realized that there's a lot of layers to that show, and there's a really cool character development, and eventually I grew to respect Star Trek. But you know, I never was into it enough to, you know, to give a real description. So I can't say that I have any Trekkie in me. Star Wars, yeah, of course. You know, I love Star Wars.
Deftones. As I can see on your shirt.
Tour with them over here. Funny enough, we've been fans. I remember I saw the Deftones on my 19th birthday. The band called Will Haven, and it was the first time I saw them live. I had listened to them already, you know, for a while, but it was the first time I saw them live, and then I went on to see them live a few times after that, and then it was a real honor to go and play with them and get to see them, you know, every night. So I could only hope that we get to play with them more in the future. That, you know, we cross paths on festivals, we become friendly with those guys, but I'll be a steady fan always.
Will you watch other bands on Sziget?
What's that?
Will you watch other bands on Sziget?
Here a few hours ago, we were in the city, and like I said, we did the Tourist.
To leave after that?
I'd love to watch Florence and the Machines this evening. I don't know what time they are on. What time are they on? Do you know?
They're parallel to your gig.
Well, that sucks in many ways, but yeah, I mean, I maybe we can get done in time. Go check it out. But you know, there's so many artists that are, you know, Foo Fighters are here tomorrow night. If we could, you know, tomorrow night we're playing in Germany. Unfortunately, we got a 9-hour ride right after the show. So basically, it's like, you know, shower and get the fuck out of here. But we would love to go to the Foo Fighters. Those guys are incredible. There was even, you know, like Macklemore. Saw a couple of those guys were staying at the hotel, like that play with his band, and you know, super nice guys. And I would have loved to have seen their set. Post Malone here last night. We didn't get to watch anything, and that's the unfortunate thing for the artists. When we roll in, a lot of the time we don't get to see some of our favorite artists because, you know, it's go, stop, come, you know, get out of here. All right, your next thing, you know. So that's okay though.
Star FM, Maximum Rock.